Hi, this is the screencast for milestone 2. Uh, for this milestone, we have chose the Apache Commons collection library, and we'll be running all the testing and analysis on that particular library. So for the first part of the assignment, first part of the milestone, we had to run some unit tests and measure coverage and measure the coverage of those tests and report the results. So Apache Collections Library had its own set of test cases which were written. So in the first step, we have used those same test cases and created a coverage report. The tool that we have used for creating the coverage report of the test cases is Cobertura. So we've used a Maven plugin for the same, and we've also installed a plugin on Jenkins which takes the coverage.xml and represents it graphically onto the Jenkins dashboard. So I will just move to the Jenkins dashboard now. As you can see that this is the build build job that we have created. So what it does is it just points to a particular branch of the library and it runs the tests, and you can see the results. So right now I will just run the test. As you can see, a new build has been scheduled. So as you can see, the build job has completed and a Cobertura coverage report has been generated. So it shows the details of the packages and the files and the methods that were covered by the test cases. Along with the testing coverage, we have also used the Find Bugs plugin, which does the static analysis of the code, and which is also the step 3 of the milestone. So as you can see here, we have a separate tab called as Find Bugs Warnings, which lists down all the warnings that are present in the code. It shows the high priority and the normal priority bugs. It also lists down the packages or the files that contain these particular warnings or bugs. So this is steps 1 and 3 for milestone 2. For step 2 of the milestone, we have used Randoop to increase the testing coverage of the project. So we created a separate branch in our Git repository and used Randoop to generate more test cases, and we have created a separate job on the Jenkins server, which points to the repository, the branch of the repository containing the Randoop test cases. So I will just trigger another build to show you the build coverage of this. So as you can see, the build which was triggered has completed, and another coverage report has been generated. The status of this build is unstable because Randoop generates some failure test cases, because of which some of the test case do fail. But as I will show you that the coverage of this particular branch has increased. So as you can see, the conditionals, the number mentioned is 4665 of 6047, and if you compare this coverage with the coverage without the Randoop test cases, so as you can see that the number here is 4600. So the number of conditionals has increased. Also the number of methods that are covered has also increased. So this is step 2 for milestone 2, where we used Randoop to increase the coverage of the existing code. For step 4 of this milestone, we have written a custom script which does the analysis of code and prints out the code to comment ratio in the particular project. For this, we have created another Jenkins job called as custom analysis. So what it does is that there is a post script that gets run, which basically runs our code for calculating the code to comment ratio, and it just outputs it onto the console. So I will just run this, and then we can see that the code to comment ratio in the output. So as you can see, the build job has completed its execution, and now we can go to the console output. As shown in the console output, this is the custom analysis where we actually print out the lines of code and the lines of comment present in the code, and the code to comment ratio in this case is 1.91. So this is step 4. Step 5 for milestone 2 is divided into 2 parts. The first part is rejecting a build based on the custom analysis of the code. So in this particular job, I have added a pre-built step where depending upon the code to comment ratio, which if it is less than 2, we reject a particular build. So we have added this as a pre-built step. Now I will run this particular job, and we'll see that the build has been rejected. So as you can see, this build is rejected since the code to comment ratio is 1.91, which is less than 2. So it states that there are too few comments in this particular build, and that's why we rejected this build. For part 2 of step 5 of milestone 2, we have used Cobertura, and we have kept a rule which states that if the conditional test cases are less than 80%, then the build should be marked unstable. So for that, we have configured the Cobertura plugin, and as you can see that we have marked the build to be unstable if the conditional testing cases are less than 80%. So I will just start a new build now. As you can see, a new build has been triggered. The build has finished executing, and as you can see, the build has been marked as unstable since the conditional testing coverage was 77.6%, and the minimum stability criteria was 80%. So this is how we have done step 5 of milestone 2. For part 6 of milestone 2, we have created a simple Java parser file which parses the code directory and looks for AWS as well as digital security tokens as well as access tokens. And if there is a violation that the tokens are present in the code, then it actually rejects the commit. So we have used a pre-commit hook which runs this token parser, and depending upon the script output, which is 1 in case if a token is found, then the commit is rejected. So I will take you through this this script now. So first I will try to add a dummy file, and so as you can see that this file was actually committed since there was no such token found in the code base. Now I will actually go to the code and try and insert So this is the DigitalOcean. This is a string which matches the DigitalOcean security token. So now I will try to push this file with the token onto the Git repository, and then so so this is the file. This is the file that had the token introduced right now. So I will just try and add this file to the repository. So as you can see that the commit was rejected, since a matching pattern to the DigitalOcean token was found, hence the commit was rejected. So this was part 6 of milestone 2. We can verify that the commit has not gone through if we check the git status of the repository. So as you can see that this file has not been added to the git repository. So this was part 6 of milestone 2. This completes all the requirements for the milestone 2. Further details about the scripts can be found in the README file that will be submitted along with the submission. Thank you.